Wah! I stole the fucking channel. Guess what? It's time for an art stream.
Hello everyone, this is the Nameless one, and tonight we are going to be doing a bit of a different stream. Cameo is going to be doing an art stream in the background while you guys are able to ask questions, things like that. We will also be doing polls to let you guys decide what art Cameo does. Why is the chat not? Live chat. There we go. Also, hello to, there it goes again. Why is it doing this?
Oh.
There it goes. Okay. And we're back to black. Okay, so apparently I have to stay hovering over this.
No way, really?
Yeah, it is very finicky. Hello to Denise there. Let's see.
It sucks.
There's gotta be a better way to do this. Why is it being... I never have this issue. You know what? Nope, that won't work. God, I need to get another monitor. Let's do that. Yes. We cheat.
Yay for cheating.
Who is that?
It's Cosmo.
Hello, Cosmo. Yeah, we're just doing a bit of a different, more of a chill stream. Hello, Red Angel Warrior 2000.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, we're just kind of... Cameo's doing art, and we're going to be doing things like answering questions, doing polls. Cameo, don't be going back and forth between Discord too much because it does show up on the stream. Hello, Doc Anubis.
Yo, dog. What's been the one?
Yeah,
Midnight there? What are you, over in Europe? How'd you get over there, silly?
like I said, just a bit more of a chill stream, answering questions, just chatting with everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. You know, the whole 9 yards. I'll talk more about Patreon and other support at the end. Super chats will be acknowledged as they pop up. I think that I can get away with this as long as it doesn't, as long as the... Yes, that was something that I can understand. For my information, apparently. So, Cameo, while we're waiting for people to ask questions and things like that, what are you currently drawing? Have we lost Cameo?
Cameo. Yes, we did, on accident.
Cap, please find Cameo.
Look, I'm looking in the only place I can, and the phone's not there. Oh, there we go. Joining here. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was drawing Staghorn and Quillian just vibing.
Okay. So, before I suggest scenes and create a poll for people to vote on, do you want complex scenes or do you want something simple?
Personally, I'm down with whatever.
Okay.
Right now, I'm just scribbling on this scene just because it's just like urge to draw. Has to be expected.
So I'm gonna go with Battle Against Soul. Any stage, since that was a multi-stage fight. And the Siege of Canterlot from the right before you guys went to face the Kieran and Shadowfire. How does that sound?
That sounds like a lot, but I'm down for a challenge.
Did that not do what I thought it did? Oh, it opens a community poll. It doesn't do what I thought it did. Oh no! Oh wait, no.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, no, it came up.
Everybody, quick,
Ooh.
vote. I don't know how long it lasts.
See, I want to say Siege of Canterlot because, you know, we don't have an actual description for my character.
Well, if you're gonna vote, then vote.
Uh-oh, did I sway the polls?
Well, we got 2 votes for Siege of Canterlot. I mean, if she does the final stage of Soul Tenebris, he doesn't actually have art for that version of himself. So there's multiple things that have art. Everybody seems to be voting for the Siege of Canterlot, though.
Yeah.
We're gonna have this up for, let's go with 3 minutes. Give everybody that wants to vote the chance to vote.
So
Cameo the time to like work on what she's working on. Also, hello Cosmo. How has your day been?
My day's been pretty good. I just played I played a game of 40K before now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from the 40K universe. Oh, we got another vote for Siege of Canterlot. So Cosmo is one of my newest players, actually. They will be playing in both campaigns. Cosmo, while we're here talking about campaign things, did you finish with your character stuff? That reminds me,
Almost.
Did you pick one of the backgrounds for what's his name? Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft.
I thought we talked about Urchin.
That's probably I gave you like the trauma survivor Urchin like stat stuff.
Gotcha. No, because I haven't looked at it because I've been busy with work.
Well, now would be a good time to get all that situated.
And is this backgrounds for Ravenloft?
Yeah. So you're technically trauma survivor, but like they didn't really flesh any of that out, so I just told you to use the Urchin like stat stuff. Is I think what ended up happening with that, but
Yes.
Yeah. So the primary thing is that you're going to need to like come up with your trauma. You got the cliff notes of what happened in the setting. So, like for example, Link is going with his entire village was wiped out by a false Hydra. If you know what that is, if not, go look for some D&D stories about them. The good ones are chilling.
Okay.
I like how there's a distinction between the good ones and the bad ones.
Well, any story can be messed up terribly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're gonna end the poll now, and it looks like Cameo. It's a unanimous vote for the Siege of Canterlot. So, whenever you get to your next art piece.
I discover your 5.
Oh, that's nice. It gives me like a little like thing in the live chat for it.
Yeah.
I really need to start working on ways to integrate like viewers into the campaign a little bit more. Would be interesting, but I have to figure out how to do it without being invasive to the campaign.
Yeah, I was about to just suggest some like pretty generic like donations, like surprise encounter stuff or something like that.
See, I don't really do surprise encounters, is the problem.
Yeah.
Another thing that you could do is that if we're like in a town setting, just casually have like if there's like an NPC or whatever, just be like just mention one of the things, or like a conversation that's completely off that if one of us wants to be nosy as shit.
I think one of the things that I would like to do with the Patreon specifically. Go ahead.
Or trinkets sounds pretty nice.
What trinkets?
Oh.
Yeah.
Nope.
You have confused me utterly. What are you talking about?
I'm looking at the backgrounds for Van Richen's Guide to Ravenloft. Let's see, Investigator.
Are you wanting to do Investigator rather than the Trauma Survivor?
Possibly. Or the Haunted one.
That's fine with me. Haunted one's gonna be DM's free card to fuck with you. So you're already a narrative tool, so I'm just warning you, it's just gonna get worse.
Wait, how am I a narrative tool besides the fact that
Dreamwalking.
wait, what?
If you're Claire or Paladin of Luna, correct?
Yeah.
Dreamwalking.
Man, I
Okay,
can't believe I'm
right.
gonna have to start drafting up short stories every week now. It's not like I'm already doing that or anything.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
It's.
I'll do the Haunted one.
What's that?
I'll do the Haunted one.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Unlike most of the other backgrounds, you don't have to do much more than tell me like the like general, like what your character is doing. I am going to remind you that technically speaking, you are considered a cultist because, for all intents and purposes, your goddess. People don't really believe she exists.
Right.
So yeah. By the way, have you taken a look at the subclass yet?
I thought we were starting at level 1. Wait. Did you put a subclass in that document you sent me?
The document was the subclass. I can't.
Well, that makes a lot more sense.
Yes, all of the stuff for like character creation and whatnot that I homebrew will be in Word documents until the point that, and let's hope it happens eventually, we are able to make an actual full-on what's the word for it? Supplement. Fingers crossed.
Right.
This is why it's not part of my Patreon that people get access to the homebrew. And you guys are also, playtesting.
Right. Paladin of the Moon. Oh, it starts at level 3. Are we starting at level 3? Oh.
No. Everybody is starting at level 1 because I know quite a few people that basically need a ground zero restart.
That's fair.
Thank God for that.
The Paladin is gifted with Dark Vision. I already get Dark Vision. Anyway, they also gain the Dreamwalker ability. This ability allows the Paladin to step in and out of dreams of their allies and nearby creatures. So that could be very useful. Also, potentially traumatizing.
Let's see. I can't remember the title of it now. Hold on. Let me find my phone and I can send you a link to a video of an example of how dreamwalking went with a cleric of Luna. Let's see.
Is it going to be different because he's a paladin?
Actually, it will be similar, if not identical.
Okay.
I believe this one might have it. So, I'm going to send this to you. The acquisitions chat. Just so it's just like available.
Fear Aura, that's cool.
Yeah, because I understand that they're not quite the same, but I like to incorporate sections from both their nightmare and their true form, their alicorn form. Also, we seem to have gained another Veer. Hello to whoever you are or aren't.
That kind of reminds me of a headcanon that I had with Daybreaker and Nightmare Moon and Twilight's evil self.
I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but Sawtooth and I have been talking a while about a collab specifically talking about nightmare forms. If he will ever get to the reading.
What I had canned, each alicorn gets their powers from their nightmare forms. This is whether they choose how much power they choose to present, whether they go lose control or not. That's kind of what my own headcanon.
Well, we're happy to have you, Doc Anubis, but apparently Doc Anubis has decided he does not need sleep. Or she, I don't know.
Mm.
I feel like this, since I didn't hype this one up as much, we're not going to get a huge viewership out of this, so.
We'll get good watch hours, though.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're doing now.
What are you talking about, Cameo's art?
Yes. I am watching it on basically a smaller lagged screen.
I'm watching it through YouTube, so.
It's fine.
Yeah, the more viewers, the better. Ah, yes. I'm gonna be entirely honest. I generally don't incorporate EQG very often when it comes into like my theory crafting. Mostly because I don't really care for the kind of dynamic of the show. Never been a fan of like the high school drama shows. Then again, I'm also kind of not the target demographic for that.
Oh, I wasn't even going my theory based off that. I just was going off like different like fan animations as well as a few of them.
Cosmo, I'm also replying to stream. We are
You're
currently
right.
live. If you didn't
That
know
would
already.
explain. That explains a lot.
I'll take it that you did not know that.
That explains a lot.
Good job. You know,
I got there.
I'm gonna do this so that it doesn't kill the stream. And let's see. So once my voice mod quits having a seizure. Wait, there we go. Sinful corruption, who named us, or we'll just call it the intro for Peacemakers. What do you guys think?
Intro to Peacemakers.
What's an intro to Peacemakers? This?
We also have Soul Tenebris's boss theme and the boss theme for the vampire lord that the party faced off against.
Oh, music.
Yes. Figured that Dead Silence is
No, Dead Silence is good.
Nah, I'm gonna disagree on that one with you. So, you know what? Screw it. I'm picking. Listening to Who Named Us for now. Let's see. I just gotta. There we go. Gotta love Forever Free Brownie. Yeah, with EQG, it's a lot harder to incorporate because of some of the elements being a little... They don't match all the time. But Pony Life is like entirely like, I don't even acknowledge its existence. EQG at least has a few things I can use. Pony Life is just like, lol, look how random we are. You know, some reason companies still think that is a great idea.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, I also prefer to use a lot of the books and the comics and things like that as well for my theory crafting, though. In fact, my next video is... Well, not next video. Next video is a D&D how-to video. The video after that, though, almost entirely based off of stuff from Diary of the Two Sisters. So keep an eye out for that one. That one's going to be interesting. We'll see how many people we piss off. I am looking forward to how many people go, no, Sawtooth said this. I have a large shared subscriber base with him since he's the one who basically got me past 1,000 subscriber mark. So yeah, I'd imagine there's going to be at least a couple that are like, but Sawtooth said. And
From my point of view, the Jedi are evil.
And you know what? Sawtooth may have said it, but I don't always agree with him. So not all of them are actually worth like trying to get through, because some of the like ultimate guides or whatever are very repetitive. Some of the really interesting books though are definitely the art books. Like if you get the art book for the movie, holy crap, we missed out on so much. But yeah.
Yeah, the movie was supposed to be a lot more.
Have you've seen the pictures for the design of like Cluj Town in that area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It strays a lot more into grimdark territory than I would ever think Hasbro would be brave enough to go. But you know, it's still really cool. Also, for those of you that are curious about the song that is currently playing, this is Who Named Us by Forever Free Brony. Hello, Lisa. I actually commissioned this from him a while back, and after it finished, I then pestered him to do something along the lines of posting it. He decided entering it for Ponies at Dawn was how he was going to do that, and it actually got approved. If you go look at Ponies at Dawn, it's got a little pip background. Everybody here's doing well so far?
I have a overdue CS assignment that I'm working on.
Yes, multitasking. Wait, yeah.
Yeah.
I also have music from Ghost XB, Frozen Nights, and Black and Blue, which I can play some of those here in a minute. But yeah, that's a lot of different artists and musicians that I've reached out to. I want to get some new stuff done soon. It would be cool to get something from, say, PW, but holy crap, it's $300 for one song.
Oh.
And I can pay Goonie, which is Forever Free Brony, $90 for a song with lyrics. Like, he writes the lyrics, he does the music, and he does the singing. That's his like total thing. It's $90.
Superior.
Black and Blue tends to be a bit more expensive, but that's because of the euro to dollar conversion.
Yeah.
But honestly, working with them, amazing guys, really fun to work with. Goonie and I actually sat down and like talked about what I wanted with Black and Blue. I was just like, hey, I've got these bosses that I need music for. And like, I threw out a list of them because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see which one he wants to do. First one he picked was Shadowfire. And I was like, at first I was like, really? I was not expecting that. Especially not with an opportunity to do something that was a little more... Because I think at the time I had given him the option of like having Daybreaker as well, before I decided that I was going to keep the Soul Tenebrous fights as like orchestral music, and then switch to rock music and metal music for the confrontation with Shadowfire. One moment, I'm gonna go ahead and... So this is by Black and Blue. This is Sinful. This is the battle theme for... But yeah, he did all of the stuff for it, and like seemed really excited about it too. So yeah, give it a little more volume than that. Christian, if it's overwhelming the stream, like me talking, let me know. But as you can see right now, Cameo is drawing a Kieran, or I should say a Myrick, and a Royal Guard. This was a scene in the campaign where the Myrick, rallied by Shadowfire, attacked Canterlot. And was definitely a very interesting portion. This was like right before they actually went to confront Shadowfire himself. It was very interesting. I enjoyed the so they were supposed to face off against the Kieran King, because I had decided that, you know, Kieran's needed a king and more culture than, oh, we live on this mountain and there's only a village of us. So I kind of like messed with that and ended up with basically they are Vikings, and they made landfall on the shores of Equestria to try and rebuild an empire.
Well, that would explain the shield that Rockhoof was showing Twilight. Gave Twilight.
Yeah. Because, I'm gonna be honest, that wasn't exactly the inspiration. The inspiration was more of a, I was listening to way too much Viking metal and Viking, like, music. And I was like, you know what? Kierans are Vikings now. You'd be surprised how often that happens. So, with Lost Memories, there's a lot of stuff that has been inspired by singular songs, and then I would expand from that. But there's a lot of different things that... hey, Equinox!
Yo!
A lot of different things that go into planning campaigns, and it just happened that that day was lots of Viking music to create the backstory for, well, not that, the origins of Kieran.
I guess, yeah.
Lost Memories, I'm not gonna go into the song, but I will say that it is by the Stupendium, and I have taken inspiration from the game that it was also based on as well for the section that those players are currently in. For those of you that were looking forward to that when we weren't able to play because a lot of players were out for whatever reason, so I had to cancel on that one. But most of the time I try to keep it up on my Discord announcing that, so for those of you that are interested, the link is in the description. The Discord is free. If you want access to other stuff, though, you will need to, you know, the end of the month chat, the post-game discussion, that will all be Patreon stuff. But as far as far as just being able to chat with people, we have an open Discord. But yeah, a lot of inspiration got pulled from various musical artists and what's the word I'm looking for? Musical artists, games. Some cases there's like, I'll see a random picture and I'm like, I need to make that a monster. And then next thing you know, horror bait. We are never actually given... So, canonically speaking, for the Kieran, we're never actually given, like, how long they've been around. I go with the general... Since they're pony-like, and, you know, their leader is, like, the size of 2 to 4 of them, depending on how you stack them. I go with the idea that, you know, they're basically like ponies, so Rainshine is an alicorn adjacent creature, kind of like Chrysalis. But it is something that we're never really... It's kind of like the alicorns themselves. Like, we've never really given much more than, hey, they exist. Like, okay, where are they from? That's none of your business. Because honestly, that's what it feels like a lot of the time with Hasbro.
Did I say you could ask questions?
Yep, that... It's pretty accurate.
Why is this not compiling? Oh.
I mean, if you put two stacks of them next to each other, you probably got about enough to fill up the space that her silhouette would fill. So, like, 2 stacks of 2. Or you could just build a pyramid.
Why?
That works too.
Why are you importing this?
But another
Stop this.
interesting fact about some of my campaigns. Lost Memories is actually the remnants of a attempted Fallout Equestria campaign. So Fallout Equestria, for those of you that know it, does actually have a pen and paper tabletop game. It is, to my knowledge, still in its first edition. There was talk of releasing a second edition, but the edition that I got my hands on and attempted to play was so utterly painful that, like, I really did not enjoy it. We ended up scrapping the campaign that I was from in order to trade out for one of my own making. So I was like, you know, I like Fallout Equestria and all, but, like, what if I did Fallout Equestria but my way? And that's kind of how Lost Memories started. I incorporated things from Warhammer, which is why they're basically Titans walking around. Titans, but bigger, I should say. I have a tendency, when I decide something's going to be big, it is going to be utterly massive. Like, on ridiculous scales. Like, these things should not be able to move, but they do. I mean, one of them is basically a mega city that decided that it was just done being where it was, got up and walked off.
Emperor class Titan.
Emperor class Titans, to my knowledge, have the equivalent of the largest version of any cathedral on its back, but not an entire, like, thriving mega city. This would be the equivalent of something like we'll say about 1/10 of the scale of Necromunda. If you know the actual size scaling of Necromunda, though, you will understand that that is still absolutely gargantuan and could hold potentially hundreds of thousands.
Yes.
Considering that Necromunda canonically holds trillions, if I remember correctly. But basically, the equivalent of something of that size decided that it was done being where it was being, got up, and walked off. Mostly because somebody turned the ignition key. It's a funny story, actually. So, for those of you that haven't seen it, the party had actually found a activated tablet that was giving them a, hey, go here, do this. What they didn't seem to take into account is this was a FPC tablet telling them to go here, do this. So FPC being the Free Pony Coalition. They're a technological, essentially split portion of Equestria. But so they followed the line. The line led them into what they thought was just a really big city that had a protective dome over it. And so when they got in the city, they started looking around. You know, they followed the line. It got them to a very fancy looking building that nobody seemed to be able to get into. They had a data shard that allowed them in. So when they used the data shard, they were like, everything is locked unless we use the data shard. So they just started sticking the data shard in every hole that they could find that would fit it.
Giggity.
They get to a room that looks fairly important. Some sort, like, I describe it as basically a control room. And my thought is, because like my intention was they started up anyways, and my thought's like, oh, this is gonna like take a lot of like effort to get them to do it. Nope. I say that the line on the tablet says go here, put it in slot, and one of the players, that's exactly what he does. He walks straight up to the control panel, slots in this data shard. It took me a minute to like process it, and I'm like, okay, you didn't even give me a chance to let you know that it was a point of no return. You just did. So they not only summoned a cathedral ship from orbit, because I straight up ripped off cathedral ships, because, you know, they're cool and an easy way to be like a display of power. But a cathedral ship drops out of orbit. The God Engine Bastion, which is the city they were in, wakes up, and two of the biggest... So the two that they hadn't been able to activate before, you know, the war that happened on the surface of Equus, like, got too far out of hand, and they had to, like, essentially leave to survive. They had been trying to complete 2 more God Engines. Now, God Engines, and this is something the players know by now, are powered by ponies. Like, they're used as living batteries. And depending on how powerful they are or what they are, will decide the amount of power that they provide to a God Engine. So, like, the bigger and more powerful they are, the more powerful the God Engine they can power, and bigger the God Engine. The two that they started the process for, like, getting turned on are both going to be powered by alicorns. So if you can imagine, they're not going to be small. There's also several other God Engines running around that the party has encountered in various points, including one that's just... It's entirely dedicated to a giant rail cannon. And I'm talking, like, this thing fires shells the size of, like, large school buses or tour buses. So
That's awesome.
yep, this thing pumped out enough ammunition because it makes its own ammunition. That is one thing that I made clear for him. But it absolutely can churn out lots and lots of firepower. By the time it was done, I don't remember the napkin math for sure, but it was definitely more than Zarbamba.
Ouch.
Yeah, it kept up essentially a steady kinetic bombardment from the rail cannon over this course of a week.
Wow.
Yeah. It started slowing down at some point because it was running out of ammunition, and it takes longer to make ammunition if they're not in a ore-rich environment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very powerful machines, and they were one side of the war. The other side made monsters. One of the ones that is commonly encountered by the party are known as the scarecrows, which actually have larger variants, but the general one, like the entire idea of them, was based off of fiddlesticks from League of Legends. And if anybody knows anything about fiddlesticks, hella creepy. And like, I took that idea and basically, see, before I continue, I'm gonna go ahead and play us a new song. This is, let's see, Soul Tenebris's boss theme. Hello, Amin.
By the way, Cameo, you know your phone did the thing
Thank you,
again, right?
Doc Anubis. We'll... Yes, so tonight we're doing, Amin and Lisa, since you joined a bit later, this is more of a chill stream where we're just kind of chatting and, like, making sure Cameo's doing art of some of the scenes from the campaign, and we're just kind of hanging out for now. But, what was I talking? Scarecrows, that's right. Yeah, so they were meant as basically foot soldiers during the war, and now they are... I'm not sure what you're... Yeah, foot soldiers during the war, and now they're the bane of any permanent settlement. But, yeah, those are the two current campaigns. We're definitely going to be excited to see how many people decide to join in to watch Heart of Darkness. That'll be the new campaign. Everything has been set up for that, and all we're waiting on is we're giving the players a bit of a break, making sure everybody gets their characters settled. But once that is all done, after HarmonyCon, which I'm not making any promises, but I am going to try to stream at least some of that. Maybe I will try and get the, what's it called? The Black Griffin concert. We'll see. No promises, like I said. But, yeah, after the convention, HarmonyCon, for those of you that didn't already know about it, here in Dallas, we're gonna be starting up campaigns the following weekend again. So, if you are interested to see that, then feel free to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, then a whole 9 yards. We do regular weekend streams, a little less interactive because I am running campaigns, but I do occasionally do streams like this. New Year's I did like a, what's it called? Q&A stream, and I'll probably do that for other major holidays, especially if they fall on days that we would normally be playing, so that way nobody's trying to, family comes first, so don't want people trying to make games when their family's over and things like that. It's kind of funny. I can see parts of where the art is headed, but it takes a minute for the stream to actually catch up with that. So but yeah, so if anybody has any questions, I am well versed in D&D stuff, as well as pretty decent, I'd think. I'd hope so, with doing pony theories and pony stuff as well. So if you guys got any questions, feel free to ask. Yes, that includes you, Cosmo. You can also ask questions.
What is a good first module for a level 1 campaign? Starting level 1.
The Lost Mines of Fendelver is one of the better ones to start out with.
I tried running it, my players... We didn't have a consistent schedule. That's my only real experience with it.
So the way that I look at it is it is set up as, it is the one that they recommend, because why else would they be selling it in a box set that is basically, hey, you've never played D&D before? Here you go.
Yeah.
It is. Would I say that it's the best set out there? Not really. Honestly, you can literally start a campaign with a stack of napkins, some dice, and a player's handbook. But when it really comes to it, Fendelver is probably the first one that you should start with as a new DM to get yourself and your players used to playing 5th edition if you are all new. Because it is a shorter campaign. You're not setting yourself up for some of the more difficult campaigns, and it's not one of the campaigns that is widely hated because of the fact that the book is basically so things happen, make it up as you go along. Because some of them are basically like that, where it's oh yeah, stuff and things, and there's something over there that they're gonna get super fascinated about. That's nothing. Ignore all of that, go this way. And one of the big things that I see with new DMs especially, oh my god, I see it all the time. You see so many horror stories about it, where they're I don't know what to do, the book doesn't tell me what to do. You're gonna need to learn to ad-lib. And a lot. I'd imagine, I don't play Warhammer 40k, but I imagine there's probably a lot of that in there too. So it's kind of just if you want to be a game master for any tabletop game, you're gonna need to learn how to ad-lib. You're gonna need to learn to be fine with the story that you've come up with has now been utterly trampled as they traipse off looking to find this goblin at a new house. The goblin didn't even have a reason to be there, but it's just, yeah. Actually, we he and I collab fairly often. We are talking about one. Like, there's one in the works, but we don't actually have an idea on the actual, like, 100% when. It's just discussion phase at this point. Sawtooth is definitely a lot of fun to collab with, although I would like to start trying to... I'm actually going to be trying to use the convention as a chance to talk to some of the other YouTubers, but I'd like to try collabing with some of the other ones in the Brony Analyst community, especially since that's one of the better ways to grow a channel, is to like collab with people, especially larger channels. But yeah, he and I still do collabs. He actually provided a line in the recent video talking about MLP canon, where he basically, all he does is like give his like point of view of it, where it's like the comics aren't like as important as the show. But yeah, he gave me a line for that, and he also was in my first like how to start a D&D campaign video. I've given him various short lines for different things. So yeah, he and I, we talk quite frequently. He's one of my players. Does that answer your question to me? This one does not have a... This one is meant to seamlessly loop, so I'm going to stop it here so that we can go ahead and start a new song. This is the boss fight for Vorrigan Dragon, the vampire lord. Meant to be more somber, so both of these are by Ghost XB, by the way, for those of you who are curious. Really good music, good guy. Enjoyed working with him. I mean, it's not the weirdest thing I've heard. So, any more questions, anybody?
Not from this noodle.
What?
Nothing. Bleh.
Okay, something about noodles, but we'll roll with it. See, how is the art's looking pretty good. How is my English is not there tonight. Cameo, so how much to go do you think, or just asking so that I can set up another poll? We get you another piece. Figured we could do one from Lost Memories after this. You know, you've been there for that whole campaign, so you won't be as lost. You know, it's always funny, like, watching the stream chat, because I don't know how much they have actually, like how far in they are hearing what I'm actually saying.
Yeah, because you're watching it, but it's muted.
Yeah, because I would not be able to talk if I was constantly hearing myself at a delay.
Yeah. I have a similar problem.
Because, like, it'd be like, I already said that thing, but why am I hearing it again?
Yeah. To a certain degree, I'm able to do it, but not full volume.
Yeah, my brain would just shut down at that. That, and I think
Like
I think OBS would be recording it at the same time.
Oh yeah. The echo that we were trying to solve before the stream, that I was able to manage.
Okay, let's go ahead. We're gonna do Frozen Nights. There is no title for this, so we'll just call it the Peacemaker song. This is the intro for Peacemakers of Equestria.
Woo!
Oh no, they went flat.
It sat on.
But this one was kind of interesting. Ghost XP, I honestly rather preferred theirs because this one kind of felt very generic. No offense to Frozen Night, they did a good job, but I was looking for something a little bit more with the kind of theme to it that I got from Ghost XP, and this was kind of like, yes, it's a tad bit generic fantasy, like adventure music. So
I like it.
it's not a bad song, like I said. It's just not what I was looking for.
Oh.
It is also really short. Ever since then, I have stopped with the, like, I was like, oh, a minute something would be fine, but, like, it's really, it just isn't quite there. I'm going to go ahead and switch off of that one because it does get a little more difficult to listen to repetitively, but this is Black and Blue's Corruption, the boss battle theme for Shadowfire. I do enjoy that my players, like all of the ones that have definitely... Wait, what are we waiting for? Brain. Brain fart? Wait, she is trying to communicate. Forgot what... You forgot what you're gonna do next. Well, if that is the finished one for that piece, we can go ahead and put a Lost Memories poll up.
Dinged in the video.
What do you say to that, Cameo? Waiting for it to catch up so that we... Yes, this way. Okay, so we'll title this one next. And we're gonna go with... I'm running out of letters. Yep, I got to arrival of ship. But, okay. And this one will be... Let's see... And here we go. Poll should be live in just a second. So, the intention of the first one was the arrival of the cathedral ship, but I didn't have enough letters because there was a 35 letter cap. And the other one is the standoff with Shadowfire in the ever-burning pits, or as the players love to call it, the burning pits of sadness. So, feel free to throw up your vote.
A word layer. That's funny.
Words. Well, she does have one that's also doot-de-doop.
Huh?
If you look, she has a doot-de-doop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's going to be a little closer. Oh, we got 2 for the activation of Bastion and arrival of the cathedral ship, and 1 for the standoff with Shadowfire. Christian, did you throw a vote?
Yes. I won't tell you what I voted for, though.
Okay. Cosmo,
Yes.
did you vote?
Not yet.
Okay, so far it looks like the activation of Bastion and or arrival of the cathedral ship is winning. Let's see.
Read.
Cameo, feel free to vote too. You know.
A no for.
So I'm gonna give it a few more minutes before I pull down the poll.
By the way, how long does it take for the effects of food poisoning to set in?
Depends on the amount of food, the poison, how much poison, things like that.
What it is.
I might start looking into that.
There's a lot of different factors. So, give it one more minute, and then we're gonna pull down the poll, and we'll. Right now, it looks like the activation of Bastion / arrival of the cathedral ship Deliverance. See. Feel free to vote.
This is weird. I
Once it
wonder
hit
what the problem is.
4 minutes, we're going to pull down the poll. Okay. Activation of Bastion / arrival of the cathedral ship Deliverance it is. And ending poll. So, for reference, Cameo, if you don't already remember, Bastion was big dome with legs all the way around. If you want, you could do the control room or the cathedral ship arriving from orbit. So, just giving you some ideas there. God, I love Black and Blue's songs that he did for me. I think after Cameo finishes this piece, we'll be done for the evening. So, while she's doing that, if anybody has any kind of questions, feel free to post them in the chat. I can and will answer most questions. Bun isn't here today to ask me who my girlfriend is. Of course, the answer is her. But it was funny because she felt the need to ask on stream.
Oh, Cosmo left. Did he say he'd be back?
I don't remember hearing him say anything, honestly.
I heard some, like, shuffling around or something, or background static, and then just leave.
I see you have gone with a kind of split perspective on it. Interesting.
What are we talking about, lore or something?
If you look at the art she's doing.
Oh.
I do not know the answer to that question.
Well, isn't the entire citrus, whatever the scientific group, like, you know what I'm talking about. Isn't that from, like, the Caribbean? So, orange was probably a name, or like a color name before it was a fruit name.
It's possible.
Am I dehydrated? Potentially.
You know, we kind of say it all the time.
I'm trying to figure out why I feel like I'm in space right now.
Drink water. At the end of every video and stream, I always say it, drink water.
And I'm your editor, so I hear it way more than however many videos I've done. I'll start drinking out of a teapot here soon enough. I'll be right back.
Ow.
Well, you see, I live in substandard human conditions, so like it's either a paper cup or a teapot, and paper cups are disposable. I decided to go for a paper cup. Not crazy quite yet.
Yes, drink the water.
Also,
Hello, Rabisco. We're just doing a bit of a more of a chill stream tonight. No games. Feel free to ask any questions.
oh no, really? That's a thing. Oh. Thank you for spreading that information.
I can and will answer questions if you have any questions, especially if it pertains to D&D or to pony stuff. Kind of funny because I can see Cameo's mouse on stream, but you can also see mine because it's just a window capture.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's just not cool. Why?
I feel like you forgot some letters or swapped some letters you didn't mean to there. I mean, I'm not sure what you're asking.
What? What do you mean, where's Clinker? Just saw this. That was 4 minutes ago.
Where? What?
And
Where in?
oh, yeah, I can send that over real quick.
Oh, okay.
If I can find the folder, hold on. Creative assets. There. No, that's nameless stuff. Lost memories. Who can do it first?
Considering I'm just scrolling, you may get there faster.
I have not had to find Clinker's character before, so it's going to be an even competition. I forgot it's alphabetical. There. That's the only picture that I have. I will be looking around for more.
Oh, I found the amulet of Avarice. It's not what I was looking for, but I found it.
We have a lot more assets for the Peacemaker stuff.
Yeah, most of the Lost Memory stuff is Saw. I also pinged you in another one that isn't there. I don't know
boy.
what. I don't know if I don't know what happened with the other ones I had. If I even had any more.
I just knew Clinker is like same color palette as Applejack, basically. Like, it's a very broad oversimplification, but that's why I said basically.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff that is... My brain just entirely dumped what I was about to say. Don't mind me, I am just going slowly insane.
Yeah, well, I'm programming, so I'm down there with you.
Yeah.
Wherever there is. Oh, how do you think I feel?
If anybody has any questions, feel free.
You know, I think we're all going slowly insane.
I'm sure to one extent or another. Some of us faster, but yeah. I'm gonna change song again. I think we'll go back to Who Named Us. You know, kind of fits the theme of the art being done right now.
Is being drawn right now. Mentally unable or unstable?
Just unable. We're not sure what they're unable with, but just unable.
Well, practice makes perfect, so keep that in mind.
I should really find some like artists that can do like a decent like Titans for me, essentially. Do the God engines and really like detailed. I like the... Where are you going with this, Cameo? Might start using this in the slideshow. If it'll let me.
I think the artist that CC zeros all of his or her work is probably the oddest artist, but I just came up with that because funny. Things I have to do that I have not yet done tonight: pre-lab quiz, a lab report, and a computer science project with 2 days overdue.
Fun.
Yeah. might be a bit of a late night.
Yeah, I feel like we may end this a bit sooner than later, because it seems like conversation's kind of dying out and nobody's got really any questions, so maybe next time I'll hype this up a little more, see if we can't get more viewers. I'll wait till Cameo finishes this half, and then we'll post the finished one in the Discord so that everybody can see it. If you want to see that, Discord link is in the description.
You got the Scream.
But yeah. Not really.
A little bit. Like, I've beaten a couple of the games, but my friend, so you go to speedrun.com, my friend speedruns it. The most recent ones, what's it called? Security Breach?
God, I love this song.
Let's see. %600%.
Well, while we are waiting for Cameo to finish this side of the art piece, I'm gonna go ahead and drop my Patreon spiel. For those of you interested in further supporting this channel and everything we do here, feel free to check out the Patreon link in the description. It's patreon.com/thenamelessone. There you can get a variety of different variety of different reward tiers, starting from $1 going all the way up to a $200 tier, which allows access to a monthly one-shot run by me using my homebrew. For those of you interested in cheaper options, it gives you things like being able to tune in to the post-game discussion that I do with all of my players after every game, as well as once you hit the $10 tier, you're able to, I will do a shout out at the end of every stream and video for those of you that are Patreons. I'll get to that in a moment, but the 50, does it jump straight to 50? It's like 1, 5, 10, yeah, so should be 1, 5, 10, 50, 200. The $50 tier gets to recommend NPCs that may or may not show up in either the next session. They will show up in the campaign eventually, it's just how I can fit them in. But you can make suggestions as to like what kind of NPCs I might try to add that they run into as, say, like shopkeepers, things like that. They also get the shout out at the end of every video, and I already mentioned the $200 tier. Other than that, I'm going to say a big thank you to Sawtooth Waves, Cameo Shadowness, Alexander, my one and only Zealot tier, which is the $50 tier, and that's all of my Patreons. A big thank you to them. Without them, I could not continue doing this. Other than that, if you don't feel like going through Patreon, there's also a subscriber the join thing from YouTube. It's kind of like Patreon, but not. It's weird. I also have that. There's also a few other things that you... But at the end of the day, liking, commenting, subscribing, ringing the notification bell, and watching the videos is also incredibly helpful. So if you want to help out the channel but have no other way, that is just doing that is enough to help out the channel. We are just shy of 8,000. Last I looked before starting the stream, we were 10 subscribers away from 8,000 subscribers. So getting there to that 10,000, then we can start chasing other YouTubers. So, but other than that, I think that I'm gonna go ahead and say we're gonna end it for the night. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to tune in, not next weekend, but the weekend after for our regular campaigns. We should, in theory, have a video out Friday of this upcoming week. We will see how that turns out. But other than that, what's up?
I would be to blame if that doesn't happen.
Yes, if it doesn't happen, blame Cap. But
Yep.
other than that, if you guys don't have any more questions, I am going to say everybody have a great evening and drink water.
And eat food. I think that was also part of my issue.
Yes, food is we're going to ignore any of that, and I'm going to go ahead and end it now.